The Turkish international athletics will be remembered for many things, and this is one of them. When one of the girls injured her knee after the run, one of her opponents went over to help her. One of the best distance runners, Kaylee Stone, has actually managed to tear her Achilles tendon. Because of this, she was only able to take on less rigorous races. She was running alongside her friend, Shayna Will. We know she is her true friend because Shayna decided to stop running right before the end and allow Kaylee to take home the gold. They both hugged it out and tears came to their eyes as they were remembering this heartwarming moment.
Come on, Kaylee, let's go, let's go. You know, this is your senior night, you gotta go. And we went up the hill.
This little boy caught a baseball during a game and he immediately gave it to the girl in the back. She couldn't believe it. The girl's mom couldn't believe it, and the kid's mom was out for words. Then Gary Struski Eve came to interview the boy, and the YouTube video has fetched over 20 million views.
You know, Don and Jerry saw what you just did. You gave your new friend Reese right behind you. You don't even know her. You got the ball and you gave it to her, man. That was a pretty cool gesture.
Or how about this teenage fan that got handed a foul ball by one of the ball boys, and then immediately got up from his seat, went to this little kid in the back and passed it on to him.
Isn't that nice?
When the female runners at the Polish Athletics Indoor Championships of 2018 started hugging each other after successfully completing the race, it showed everyone that winning is about loving the game and respecting the competitors. Here is a beautiful moment that shows how a runner doesn't need a gold medal, but a heart of gold. Did he win the race? Nope. Did he win the show? Yep. He stole the show by helping one fellow athlete who was ready to die than not cross the finish line. So when he helped this man in dire need, the runner didn't realize he'd just won $15,000 as a reward.
And now,
this is lovely.
Wonderful.
This is what sports should be all about. This is what sports should be all.
This is a little different from the previous example. These two Eagle players are helping fellow football athletes manage their money. Chris Maragos and Jordan Hicks have started their own top-tier wealth management firm, which attracts fellow athletes by building trust with them, unlike other financial institutions.
And first of all, the thing we would say is get a financial planner. Find somebody that can give you a plan, because being in the NFL, there's a lot of intricacies that you have to deal with.
This is another time when a 10-year-old boy got a baseball, but then immediately saw that a 7-year-old girl was crying because she didn't catch it. So, being the gentleman from a very young age, he immediately gave it to the person who obviously wanted it more.
It didn't feel right having the ball knowing that somebody's crying, so I had to just give it to her.
When no one else would sit with Bo Pask, probably because he had autism, one of the college football players who were visiting the school, Travis Rudolph, decided to ask him if he could share a seat. And while they were eating and chatting, someone snapped a photo that went viral.
So I got those 2 slices of pizza. I just seen him by itself, and I was like, hey, this is like a spotlight, I guess. It's just something clicked in my head. Just let me go ask him if I can sit with him and eat lunch with him.
Many Temple athletes got together in 2017 and participated in a community event that became known as Athletes Helping Athletes. During the event, many special needs athletes got to play with local teen athletes in very friendly competitions.
We don't always get to work with kids that have disabilities, and I enjoy it. It just like brightens up my day.
Everyone who's involved, that these kids, they have so much to deal with on a daily basis.
You might think that this kid is a player for taking a foul ball and giving it to the pretty lady in the back, who was obviously stunned by this generous gesture. But look closely. The boy actually handed her a decoy ball and kept the real one in his baseball glove.
He catches that baseball and then turns to the group of young ladies behind him and said, "Hey ladies, would you like a ball?" And they go, "Oh, aren't you so sweet?" But then he said,
Roadrunner Sports joined forces with Athletes Helping Athletes, This charitable organisation has since bought 2 hand bikes for 2 disabled children, and now they can race their friends on the block just like everyone else.
Helping athletes today will help hundreds more kids like Ramya and Maddie, giving them the chance to play together with family and friends.
And we should mention that Roadrunner Sports has been doing this for quite some time. That's why the first children they helped became so in love with sports that there's practically an entire team of athletes that competed in the 2021 Tokyo Paralympics.
When I was a kid, I've kind of always wanted to become a doctor, and that's what I'm studying to do now. And then once I started swimming, I knew I wanted to go to the Paralympics someday.
During the 2020 Canadian National Championship in figure skating, Piper Giles and Paul Poirier made a big mistake. At the start of their routine, Piper's hair got stuck on the sleeve of Paul's costume, and they wound up smashing that like button, just like you should do if you haven't done so already. But no, in all seriousness, they wound up messing up the entire performance.
And Mabel. And her hair is stuck in his costume.
Not seen that.
Oh boy.
It's really hard to see how this player injured herself, but she's obviously in a lot of pain since she couldn't move. They not only stopped the game, but the team instantly called the medics to help her. And you can see one carrying the player in his arms.
To be carried off the court.
This high school quarterback was going through hell and back when a tackle on the football field led to a major leg injury. It was his dream to play professional football, but suddenly he was faced with a life-altering situation. He had to contemplate losing his legs. While coping with the trauma, Alex Ruiz saw Zach Miller from the Chicago Bears suffer the same injury on national TV. The family reached out to him, and the athlete agreed to shoot a special video together.
You guys have each and every week. And I just want to thank you guys for the opportunity to line up with you one more time. Go!
On his way out after a win, LeBron James takes the time to hug a girl who was obviously his biggest fan. Her reaction after the hug is probably the main reason the video has 46 million views. The year was 2015. Devon Gale, a football player for Southern University, got tackled by the University of Georgia's Marshall Morgan. Everyone thought it was nothing serious, but when the coaches realized their player can't move, things became serious. They later realized that during the tackle, Devon folded his neck and charged towards Marshall's body. This caused a spinal injury that left this football player paralyzed from the waist down. Marshall Morgan felt responsible and thought everyone would start hating him. But then a miracle happened. The two players overcame hardship and became best friends.
It's your fault. That's when the guilt, the blame kind of just switched. From there, I was always just trying to reach out to him, and he would do the same. He would wish me good luck.
In a female volleyball match between China and Belgium, one of the Belgian players got hit in the face, and the Chinese player immediately went under the net to apologize. Trojan Wills became an internet sensation after one of his classmates posted a video of him dunking the basket, despite having only one arm. Even though some would like to label him as special or disabled, he only hears the second part, abled. The video became so popular that famous professional basketball players Chris Paul and Carmelo Anthony got together and decided to surprise the star on the rise.
Let's get up. Easy. Have you ever dunked it? Relax.
This is Adonis Watts. He is a high school running back who, even after 12 eye surgeries, couldn't get his eyesight back. He had a real problem at first, but his mom says that Adonis is the type of guy that never gives up. His dream is to play basketball, but for the moment he's focused on his football career. Because of his unrelenting spirit, future Hall of Famer Larry Fitzgerald came to Adonis's school to personally see this kid's determination and iron will.
Adonis, how you doing, man? Good to see you, brother. You doing well? Yes, sir. Man, when I heard about you, man, I gotta go over and meet my guy, man. I gotta see this man.
I just noticed her, that's all. These guys in Cincinnati don't get an opportunity to see us all the time, so I just popped in my head. This is what LeBron James said after calling one girl to sit with them at the bench. Her reaction is absolutely priceless. This one happened really fast. It was like serve, hit, hit, smack in the head. Are you okay? Yup. Handshake and continue. These two Florida Southern female softball players couldn't continue the game while seeing one of their opponents was badly injured during the softball game. They couldn't stay put, so they went over and helped carry their injured opponent off the field. And this video of true sportsmanship was featured on ABC Action News, and it's got about 500,000 views.
As soon as I reached first, I knew I couldn't go anywhere else myself.
Leah and I both met her.
In a baseball match between Western Oregon and Central Washington girls team, Sarah Tosholskoy made history. She had just hit her first home run, but as soon as she started running across the diamond, her right knee was injured. Seeing how no one on her team could help her, two girls from Central Washington, the opposing team, went over to the umpire and asked if she would get the point if they carry her across the field. A little stunned at the proposal, he said it wouldn't break any rules. This is more than the girls needed to hear, so they grabbed Sarah Tosholskoy, after asking for permission, carried her across while the crowd cheered them on. This story got global recognition.
That's the first home run of the season for number 8, Sarah Tosholskoy.
Want to see the luckiest kid on the planet? Here he is standing close to the camera while LeBron James is taking off his shoes after the Lakers break their assist record as a team. The dad couldn't believe it, the audience couldn't believe it, and the video has almost 150 million views. Talk about lucky. One of the players in the white jerseys got a clear shot, and she took it. However, since her aim wasn't perfect, she managed to smack one of her opponents straight in the head. So they stopped the game, and the girl ran over to the injured player to apologize.
Well, a six-pack endured by Kim Yon-Kung.
This is a beautiful story of how sportsmanship on the track can become something more important than winning the race. Megan Vogel was known for being a great runner, but in 2012 it seemed like something changed. She collapsed on the track, and another runner called Arden McGath also collapsed. When Vogel finally mustered enough strength to continue, she didn't go straight to the finish line. She went to help McMath, and they crossed the finish line together. This is how you win the tournament.
McMath finished ahead of her.
That just kind of got her across the line and just shoved her a little bit and then put her arm.
This volleyball player injured his ankle right after the opposing team served. And as soon as they saw him go down, they stopped the game and made sure he was okay before continuing. When this female athlete from Clemson refused to leave one of her fellow runners on the track, she instantly became popular on the track and the internet. And in just seconds, another runner saw that the girl was struggling with the passed-out athlete, so she wanted to give her a hand. They both carried her over the shoulder as the crowd roared with approval.
Together, they drag her 20 yards to the finish line.
But you sacrifice your own position to help.
Thanks for watching, guys.